know it's late. I hope you guys watched the replay. Sorry you guys missed me. Glad you guys are on. I'm gonna type in the chat and let you guys know that. Let me see, make sure chat is working. Last time YouTube was not. But hi Periscope, hi Facebook, hi Instagram. Hi Instagram. So how everyone, Periscope is good, YouTube is good, and Facebook is good. So we are all good. So hello everyone. I am Kathleen, your conscious coach. I'm the author of 4 books that are in the Conscious Collection that you can find on my website. But let's get to crack-a-lackin'. We're going to talk tonight about President Trump, the debate, everything that went on. It was an epic fail. It was also what we expected, right? Were we not expecting this from Trump? I feel like we were kind of like we didn't expect it to be that bad, but we kind of had a sense that he wasn't going to do good. Or I think we knew that much. So let me show you what we're going to be talking about tonight. I'll be right back. Watch this video. Oh, I always like to say I am Kathleen, your conscious coach. Hi. I'm chosen. I'm an educator, author, speaker, writer, a woman of God. I'm a tamarine it. Bam. For the tamarine. So, yeah, this is what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to let you watch this little 1-minute video, and I'll be right back.
Boys, stand back and stand by.
The phrase he used has already been converted into a logo that is making the rounds tonight.
The Proud Boys say they're inspired by President Trump.
Wow, a lot of people were like, this is going to be like the Super Bowl or the Tyson fight. We were not ready for the stand back and stand by. This has been crazy. America is like, no, we are not going. Everyone has had something to say about this crazy debate.
A hot mess inside a dumpster fire, inside a train wreck.
Woo, Lord. Did he just what?
Only 3 things happened for me tonight. Number 1, Donald Trump refused to condemn.
Okay, y'all not going to be shocked by number 2 and 3.
2, the President of the United States.
Van Jones and others chimed in. Mayor Keisha Bottoms is doing something different. Join me on the next Conscious Hour. You do not want to miss this. Yes, so look, they are not having it. Trump was at the debate talking about, the Proud Boys. Now, what he tried to say was that Biden mentioned it and that he kind of picked up on it. No, Trump, no, because what's his name? Senator Strong or whoever he is, he's had the support of the Proud Boys. Come to find out, the Proud Boys are the ones that are sponsoring Trump rallies. So it's not like Donald Trump doesn't know who they are. He knows who they are. As one reporter for CNN said, it's an ambiguous group, but obviously they're Trump supporters. They come prepared with their long guns and their fatigue on. And so, they come to do their thing or whatever and represent Trump. So, the question that the moderator was asking was, will you denounce racism? Will you say that racism is wrong? And then, look, out of all the night, right, and hopefully you watched the debate, out of all the night, Trump had a gazillion words to say. That's my job. Hold on. Out of all the night, Trump had a gazillion words to say, and all of a sudden, Trump no longer has anything to say. He's lost for words. He just standing there and he's like, what you want me to say? Who you want me to say it about? Trump. You know exactly what you were doing. And he really played games last night. He really played games. And it reminded me of, remember when you were in school and they say it was a shot heard around the world? This is like the shot heard around the world in terms of, look, the world heard Trump. The world heard Trump basically say, I'm down with racism. I'm not going to speak against racism. And, you know, basically, he just, blatantly said, hey, I have every intention of being a dictator. That's really what he was really saying. Now, of course, the shot heard around the world is a reference to the opening shots of the battles of Lexington and Concord on April 19, 1775, which began the American Revolutionary War, which led to the creation of the United States of America. I'm not going to get all into that. So basically, yeah, it was like the shot heard all around the world. Like Trump was saying, I'm about to be a dictator in America. I'm about to run this country. And also, because he was like, look, I'm not going to concede. I mean, basically, he was like, if I don't win, it's going to be trouble. I'm just going to cause some trouble. I want you guys to know that. And I mean, he put emphasis on it. He placed emphasis on it. I took it very, very seriously. He placed emphasis on it. He was like, look, this is what's going to happen. And so, I mean, during the debate, it was so crazy, all the things that he was saying, especially when he started coming for like Joe Biden's son, like to a real extreme personal level. And here he is coming for Joe Biden's son. And I mean, basically, I'm gonna break it down the kind of the way I watched it. And so Trump, he had a message. His message was, I want to run this country the way I want to run this country. I don't have to care about anybody. I don't have to care about your health. I don't have to care about your education. I don't have to care about your wealth. I don't have to care about anything. I'm the president. I'm running this thing. This is, how he mishandles his business and messes that up? That's how he is about the country. This is my country, and if I want to mess it up, I'm going to mess it up because of what he's trying to get out of it. So everything he said about healthcare, if you look at what he was talking about, so he's standing there and he's saying, I'm going to do this for healthcare. I'm going to make these changes. I'm going to do this and that. Well, guess what? How can you believe a person who hasn't even paid taxes? And a lot of people are like, well, it's a system. He was saying it's a system that Biden put in place that allowed him not to pay taxes. Okay, well, there's a difference in not having to pay taxes because you report it correctly, and versus what they're claiming he did, which was over-report his assets so that he could get money for business and stuff like that, get loans and get investors or whatever, and then under-report or over-report his losses. So if you know anything about business, when it's tax time, if you want to get a refund, you have to report a lot of losses. Other than that, you're going to owe. Now, I own my own business. It's a little small business, but I still own my own business. By the way, get you one of my Go Eyewear cases at goeyewear.com. All right, anyway, GWOeyewear.com. Anyway, didn't mean to mix business with pleasure. But anyway, so Trump, if he runs just like he runs his business, then you almost can look for it to fail. Because that's what he does. So with the tax thing, he's over-reporting losses. He's saying that I'm taking in far less money than I've paid out. And so when you do it like that, you end up getting a refund. So this guy has basically mishandled the government operation or the IRS, and he committed tax fraud. That's my opinion. That's allegedly, that's what they're saying. I'm taking this based off of what's being presented through the media. Now, because if you haven't paid taxes for 10 or 15 years, that means you didn't make a profit. Or you didn't make enough margin of a profit to pay taxes. So are you just living off old money? So then it brought into question, okay, well, is he really a billionaire? So, you really can't trust a person who's not willing to do their part. And no, nobody likes to pay taxes. I used to live in a suburban community, and let me tell you something. At first, I lived in one part of this, huge big city, and my taxes would be about 200 and some dollars a year. I think the highest was maybe 300 one year. Baby, I moved to this other part of the community, and we lived there for years. But while we were living there, taxes were like, I'm talking about just your little personal taxes. I'm not talking about the fact that we still had to pay income taxes in the thousands, but we also had to pay personal and property taxes that were like $800, $1,200 a year. So, nobody likes to pay taxes, but you have schools and you have all of this stuff. You have, your city crew, whatever they use taxes for. So everybody's supposed to pay their fair share because you're enjoying the city, the state that you live in. This guy's not paying taxes. He's trying to cut health care. He's already cut health care. And then he's trying to say what he's going to do. Like, I'm going to cut insulin. I'm going to cut the cost of this. I'm going to deal directly with big pharmaceutical companies. Sir, you've been in office for 4 years. Like you don't get to see what you're going to do. You've been in office for 4 years. Nobody can deny the fact that he's been in office for 4 years and you haven't done a thing. Now, I'm not going to get into this, but if you want to get the breakdown about the platinum program that he's doing for HBCUs, I encourage you to go over to Roland Martin's page, Roland Martin's Unfiltered. You can go to YouTube or Facebook, and I promise you, watch the video about Trump lie about the HBCU, what he's doing under that whole platinum program. They broke all of that down. It's a lie. It's misinformation. It's basically a lie. And I'm not going to get into all of it, but they broke it down. I'm talking about they broke it completely down. So if you're interested in understanding the platinum program that Trump is saying that he's doing, which is a bunch of things that he let lapse, and now he's reinstituting, that's all he's doing. It's a bunch of stuff that Obama already had in place, and he let it lapse, and now he's reinstituting it, basically. And then there was some other things in there that didn't even have an explanation as to what it was or how it's going to make an impact or what contribution it was going to be or how much, or it was very ambiguous. So if you got time, run over to Roland Martin and watch that. Now I want to show you, talk to you a little about, talk about the healthcare, dropping the prices. At point 6.20 on the video on YouTube, if you go, I watched the one in particular. Who did I watch? Let me see who I watch. PBS NewsHour. PBS NewsHour, the first 2020 presidential debate. That's what I watched. Let me click on it. I'm going to copy this link and I'm going to share that link with you guys. So if you want to catch the debate, if you haven't saw it already, this is the one I'll be referring to. Okay. So on this video at point 56:20, he talks about how Biden played a role in that whole super predator thing. Now, if you guys remember back in the day, Hillary Clinton and not Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, they had the 3 strikes you out rule, where if you get caught with a gun 3 times, you get 20 years. They always put this 20-year thing in place. Biden, they were referring to the super predator thing. Now, I was watching Mike Imhotep on the African History Network channel, and he was breaking that down. So look for Mike Imhotep, and I think his show came on 2 nights ago. But he was kind of breaking down. It was his response to the debate. So I'm pretty sure if you check that show out the day after the debate or the night of the debate, could have been the night of the debate for him. He's so quick on his feet and knowledgeable. But the African History Network, Mike Imhotep, and I'll type his name in here real quick. Michael is AHN on Facebook. Michael Imhotep. All right, and the other video I'm gonna type it in is Roland Martin Unfiltered. Breaks down that whole lie about the platinum plan. I'm gonna type that in here too. Breaks down. Hold on. The lie about Trump's. Ooh, that's a lot. Platinum plan. It's worth it though. Ain't in a hurry. So go and watch that. Okay. So Mike M helped to broke all that down. Now I want you to see. So at 56:20, he explains that whole super predator thing and how it became a reference to Joe Biden. Which I'm gonna say this too. Joe Biden has really shown and committed himself to making sure things change and to making sure equality happen. Now, do we just trust Biden? No, we don't trust any politician. We don't. You shouldn't. Why? Until they've proven themselves. You don't trust any of these guys, any of these women. I don't care who it is. If it's a politician, old or young, you don't trust them. You have a duty as a citizen to understand them, understand their position, but also to pursue your agenda and to make sure they're in line with satisfying your agenda as well. Equality is an agenda for Black people. And so you have to make sure each candidate is on the job. Like there is no quit. There is no, oh, I can relax now. They're going to do the right thing. No, it doesn't happen like that. You have to be a part of the process at all times, period. And so that was that. So at 56:35, he says that you've trusted, anyway, he was talking about how Trump made a statement about how Black people haven't been treated well by anyone. And I just thought that was like goofy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know racism happened, and we know that there is structural racism. We know that. Because there is structural racism, we're going to have to work on breaking this whole structured system down. That's from getting hired on jobs, denied loans, caught up in the prison system, just every facet of life. We're basically gonna have to play catch up, and at the same time, we're gonna have to be eradicating while trying to catch up, eradicating racism and trying to catch up, so we can be equals. That's the work that we're in right now. So basically, what they were asking Trump last night was, okay, this is the work that we're into. We're into making sure Blacks are equal. Will you be a part of that by denouncing racism as the president? He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it because he's racist. He believes, and then he kept harping about at 57:18, law and order, law and order, law and order. Listen, anybody with any kind of sense appreciates the police department, okay? If something were to happen to you, besides, well, my father's an old man now. I'm gray-headed, so you know he's an old guy. Besides my husband, my father, my brothers, those are the people that you normally call on when you're in trouble. Well, outside of your family, when something criminal is happening, you're going to call the police. So there's a need for police. I don't even understand why there's an argument about, police. I don't understand that. But my thing is, the fact of the matter is, there's a need for the police department to be reformed. When you show up and shoot somebody within 7 seconds, within 30 seconds, that's not how it's supposed to work. It's supposed to be you arrest them and you let a judge and jury decide their fate. You don't make it happen. So there's nobody who's mad with regular police officers who treat every individual the same. But for these renegades out here, for these vigilantes out here, for these roll up and shoot 'ems out here, those are the people that we have an issue with. Those are the people that the police that we have a problem with. So there's no real problem with law and order. I think we all understand that. I think, if somebody's robbing me or just robbed me, or I step outside and my car's been broken into, or some crazy guy is trying to accost me or whatever the case may be, yes, I'm calling 911. Yes, I expect them to show up and do their job. Do I expect them to just pull up in the yard and, we got a couple of people in my community who they've been here forever. And we all live in an area where everybody knows everybody because everybody grew up in this area together. And so there are people that we know have mental issues. They walk up and down the street, they do their thing, they speak. Everybody's pretty good. But if one day one of them was having a breakdown and giving me a problem and I needed the police and I called the police because I felt like something could possibly happen violent towards me, I would not want the police to just show up and kill a person. I mean, that's crazy. You know. So one of the comments that was made was that it was a hot mess in a dumpster on fire in a train wreck. I will let you watch it. This is Jake Taper, and he is a CNN commentator. So I'll let you watch this little video.
That was a hot mess inside a dumpster fire, inside a train wreck. That was the worst debate I have ever seen. In fact, it wasn't even a debate. It was a disgrace. And it's primarily because of President Trump.
I mean, I'm going to keep it simple. It was a train wreck. Donald Trump was acting like a bully. He kept talking about law and order. And then he did this whole false narrative about crime is only happening in the city where there are Democrat mayors and governors or whatever. And that's a lie. As a matter of fact, Chris, the moderator, pointed out to him that that was a lie. But that's just who Trump is. He doesn't care that he lies. He doesn't care that he spews out misinformation. He just wants things to go his way. And so, like this guy just said, Jake Taper, like he just said, this was nothing more than a hot mess in a dumpster that's on fire in a train wreck. That's just how blatantly pathetic it was. Another thing he talked about at 5959, he talked about ending racism sensitivity training. And they were like, well, why would you end racism sensitivity training? And he said, because it's racist. How is racism sensitivity training racist? He said they were trying to make people not believe in this country, and they were saying that the country is bad. What? That is ridiculous. So you teaching a sensitivity class, like Joe Biden said, because some people need to be made consciously aware of what they are doing, and you're saying that that's hurting America? This dude is ludicrous. It's ridiculous. And yeah, I agree. Somebody says he has the virus now, so there is a God. When I saw that his aide, what's her name, had the coronavirus and whatever, they were saying she's back now. I was like, I hope he got it. Yeah, but anyway, thanks for live chatting. Live chat is open. So if you do type in the comments, I'm going in between. I don't have an assistant. I'm a one-woman show, so I go in between to try to comment. So thank you for commenting. I see your comments over there. I love that. Just like that. Perfect. I see all of that. So thank you. Keep commenting. Tag, share with a friend, and all of that good stuff. So he's doing all this. So you're for white supremacy. And at the same time, you don't want anyone to teach humans how to act decent with other humans, regardless of race. Because that's basically what race sensitivity is, training. We just want to be all treated fairly and equally. So you're saying I'm with white supremacy and I am against changing the hearts, the minds, and the thoughts of people so that they too would treat people equal and fair. Okay, is that not crazy? Raise your hand if you think that's crazy. Okay, I see hands up. Because that's crazy. That is, okay, that's crazy. And so, then at 1:05, and I put the video in the link, I'm referring to the presidential debate. So at 1:05, 1:05, because I think the whole video is like an hour and 32 minutes. Biden talks about the budget. So Trump tries to say they're wanting to defund the police. Now, I'm going to try to educate you guys on that real quick. Defunding the police has nothing to do with police not having a job. Defunding the police has nothing to do with police not being available when you call. Has nothing to do with that. Defunding the police means that you will get other people in place who could do things like answer a call regarding homeless people so they don't end up dead. Answering a call when someone's having a psychotic episode, like when people have mental issues, sometimes they have psychotic episodes. They have not so good weekends or not so good days, whatever the case may be. They like to run around in the street naked. They might pull a knife on somebody. They probably are off their meds. You never know. So the plan of defunding the police is also to influence other professionals to join with police in making positive change in the community. So what it means is a psychologist or a psychiatrist would show up, or someone who could provide therapy. It also would mean that there probably would likely be medical staff. So when the police go to answer a call, there will be medical staff, because a lot of the cases involve people who were shot, and had they got medical attention, they would have lived. So it would be nice is if you go into a call that you have a good EMT with you that has a few things that can basically save people's lives if it does come to a point where they are shot, or even if they get tasered, because sometimes people get tasered and they have this immediate response of like a heart attack or something like that. So it has nothing to do with police not showing up when you're in trouble. That's just not what's going to happen. It has absolutely nothing to do with that. So let me see. Something else I want to talk about. Oh, I talked about Jake. I already did in his house. Sorry, I like to use my little white thing, my little things here. So he talks about all of this, and one of the people who made a comment was Van Jones. He made a comment about the debate, how it went, and how Trump stood up there and said, "Hey, I want white supremacy I support it. I'm not going to speak against it. Stand back and stand by," was Trump's words. Okay. So those were Trump's words, not my words. Trump's words were stand back and stand by. Now, I don't know about you, but I can hear. I have a basic understanding of what words mean. That means, hey, my boys, handle my lightweight, just hang on. If things don't go the way I want them to go, I might need you to do some damage. Yeah. Hold on. Oh, yeah, hold on 1 second. Let's go. Words wrong. And this little thing is not going to let me go without spelling these words right. So he said, stand back and stand by. You know what that looks like in a nutshell? Let me show y'all exactly what that looks like. That's what that looks like. The president said, and I quote, "Proud Boys, stand back and stand by." It's like the president is holding white supremacy down. He's holding the KKK the Proud Boys down, he wouldn't even deny white supremacy. So we held them down while letting us go. And he didn't have a problem with it. It was like Proud Boys. And what they did was, after they did all of that, like the video said earlier at the beginning, they started, look at this, they designed a logo, started printing t-shirts. Amazon announced about it. It's probably been about earlier today, probably been about 12 hours now. Amazon shut the account down because somebody was selling them on Amazon, and Amazon shut the account down because they were straight selling Proud Boy accessories, and Amazon shut it down. So shout out to Amazon for doing the right thing. Look, people were so disgusted by this debate that they literally covered up Donald Trump's face during the debate. Now you know people are tired when they throw a towel over your face because they don't even want to see your face during the presidential debate. And yeah, it's the whole thing is just crazy. So Van Jones, speaking of Van Jones, okay, Van Jones, he was also a commentator. He's a regular on CNN and all those shows. You know, he's a commentator, so he's always commenting on something and all that good stuff. So he's a regular there. And Van Jones, like the rest of us, were basically just shook and shocked by the fact that Trump was so okay with saying the things that he said. Like, he didn't even have an issue with it. And he didn't have a problem inciting violence. Like, do you understand that people are going to listen to you? And they're going to think you're basically speaking for them and empowering them is what happens. And so let me show you why Van Jones, we'll get back to Van Jones. Let me show you why he was so angry and why the rest of us are so angry. Because when you say that you support the Proud Boys, you're basically saying that white supremacy, which is white delusion, is okay. And these are just violent people. They're evil people. So this is a video from one of those, I don't know if he's a Proud Boy, but he's definitely proud to be a Trump supporter, and he's definitely okay with being violent. Now, hopefully this guy has been arrested because he put this on TikTok. And it's a threat, and it's terroristic threatening. So hopefully he's in jail somewhere.
I don't know if a lot of y'all understand this or not, but come November, there's a war coming. Whoever wins, and it's down to two. You know, this third party, they don't even matter. It's down to two. One or the other is going to win. A certain supporter, we know which one's going to win. Trump 2020. But there's a thing about it. The reason why I say there's a war coming is because if Trump wins, Black Lives Matter and all them other Antifa dumbasses are going to try to start war. We ready. Don't worry. We ready. Us rednecks and stuff, we ready for y'all. But if Biden wins, we coming. And we coming strong.
Okay, so that's what he had to say, honey. He said if look, it don't matter who wins. He said they're coming strong. You know. Do you own a gun? I'm just asking. Do you own a gun? I'm just asking. So anyway, yes, pray, put God first. Do you own a gun? In that order. Pray, put God first. God first, pray. You know, you can interchange those two. Put God first, pray, put God first. Do you own a gun? That's how they go. Now, white delusion, I've used that term before, but I do want to shout out Sonia Renee Taylor on Instagram. You can go check her page out at any time. She's always speaking about this white delusion, honey. Powerful, powerful, powerful. Look, you can go watch almost any one of her videos. One of them has over 1 million views though. I ain't even finna scroll for it. It's Sonia Renee Taylor. SONYARENEETAYLOR. Okay, I'm gonna type her name in the chat because y'all want to hear what she got to say. You want to hear it? Let's see. Give me a little room right here. There. What? I think my battery going out in my wireless keyboard. So on Instagram, she's at Sonia Renee Taylor on IG. White delusion. Whew. It was so long, and then hear somebody else say it. I was like, wow, finally. But anyway, so yeah. So back to Van Jones. So Van Jones is feeling like the rest of us are feeling. He's feeling like you're supposed to be the president of the United States, which the president of the United States is everybody's president, white, black, brown, Chinese, whatever, Mexican, whatever. But he wasn't feeling it. And so he had this to say.
Things happened for me tonight. Number one, Donald Trump refused to condemn white supremacy. Number two, the President of the United States refused to condemn white supremacy. Number three, the Commander-in-Chief refused to condemn white supremacy on the global stage in front of my children, in front of everybody's families, and he was given the opportunity multiple times to condemn white supremacy, and he gave a wink and a nod to a racist, Nazi, murderous organization that is now celebrating online, that is now saying we have a go-ahead. Look at what look at what the Proud Boys are doing right now online because the President of the United States refused to condemn white supremacy. That's the only thing that happened tonight. That's what happened tonight.
Wow. So, yeah. Van Jones was not having it. Like, he was not even having it. Guys, this guy is everybody's president. I don't know why he thinks he's white people president. Sir, you're everybody's president. You're the United States of America's president. This is a melting pot. And so, yeah, rightfully so, Van Jones is upset because you have the president of the United States. By the way, you're watching The Conscious Hour with Kathleen. I'm Kathleen, your conscious coach. You're watching the president of the United States not do his job. Like, that's the bottom line. He's not doing his job whatsoever. So, we're going to take a quick little break and do some house cleaning right here. So take about a minute. So you guys just stay connected and I'll run you through a couple of things. Stay connected. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I am Kathleen, your conscious coach. I'm also the author of the Conscious Collection. It's a set of books written specifically to help us develop our mind. First, we have the Legacy Workbook. It is for the restoration of the Black family, removes all the stigma, stereotypes, and false information about how we enjoyed slavery, and slavery was necessary, and it was the American way at the time. So if you're used to hearing those messages, which we hear all the time, your children are going to hear them when they're in school. This is a really, really, really good book to help to debunk all of those theories and notions and all of these, racist connotations that they're going to hear. And it really helps to build a proud family within your home. So this is just a great book. There are activities after every chapter. There's only 7 chapters. This book is only 40 pages long, but you're going to be surprised by the impact that it has on your family. After the 7 chapters, you're going to create a family covenant, and you're also going to build a family crest, like the one you see on the front of the book. I give you all the information on how to do that, and examples, web pages, websites, all kinds of good stuff. So check out the Legacy Workbook. The next book is So You Think You Want to Have Sex, which is all about helping your teen navigate their teenage years, where they won't be thinking about sex so much if they are thinking about their life and their life choices and what that will look like for them. You're going to help them to understand their long-term and short-term goals and the long-term and short-term effects of their decision making. And so it's just going to bring them to a new level of awareness and help develop their critical thinking skills. So you definitely need to pick up So You Think You Want to Have Sex, so they'll be able to understand the difference between their emotions and making a real choice. The next book is Things I Wish I Knew. So if you need, a lot of people wait until after they've been in a bunch of disastrous relationships to try to get relationship advice and to try to figure out things in life. Well, I thought about, why don't we have these conversations before we get out there in real life, go off to college, get in relationships after college, or whatever the case may be. In life, we have all these bloops and all these blunders. I'm like, why don't we have a conversation and just make it a part of life to have these discussions about life? So this is about relationships, religion, sexual abuse. It's about love. It's about bonding. It's about trust. It's about all things: murder, rape, mayhem, racism. I put all of that into, I think it's 7 stories in this book. I love numbers. So 7 stories in this book. There's questions at the end of each chapter to help you elaborate on each subject, and it's an awesome book. And the last one is Hurt People Help People. As you guys know, I'm a survivor of Me Too, like a Me Too person. So I wrote a book about my experience, but also to let you guys know what really happens in the real world, and to just bring you to a conscious awareness of that and how you can be proactive, because sexual abuse is preventative. A lot of times we just don't know what to look for. So I give you a couple of stories, 2 or 3 stories in the front to kind of help you get used to what you should be looking for to bring you to a level of awareness. And I also, it's an introduction to prevention, identifying predators, sex trafficking, and I give you a tool, a free download of an app that you can use that you will be able to teach your child to use to report if anything crazy is happening. Also, on October the 17th, I am doing a live on Facebook and YouTube on the page that goes with this book. You see that little colorful logo right there to your left hand side. Well, that's TBB Contact 3, and you'll have to follow that page. That's TBB Contact 3, TBB Contact 3. And we're going to go live, and I'm going to do an overview of the book and a training class on the app. If you guys would like to donate to capture to my business, well, the only thing you have to do is hit the Cash App. You go over to Cash App, and you would only need to do Cash App at KB Product. Do as much or as little as you would like, and I will appreciate it. And it will support the show and everything else I do. I do all of this because I believe it's our time. It's our time to elevate. It's our time to elevate our conscious mind. It's definitely our time to be equals. Check out the Conscious Book Collection as well. You can go to my website. The website was on here, but it looks like I probably cleared it out for some reason. But it's KH Conscious Coach at khconsciouscoach.org. All right, guys, that's all my little house cleaning that I need to do. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me. The last thing we're going to talk about is Mayor Keisha Bottoms, and then we're out of here. So basically, Keisha Bottoms is the mayor of Atlanta. Oh, I want to show you guys this too. So this is a little cartoon that this guy makes, real tunes. He always like up on the events, and he makes like these little cartoons. I put this, so Facebook, which is Facebook and Instagram is the same company, you know, Zuckerberg bought Instagram. They're doing a really good job of trying to support Trump, basically. And so I put this image up and they red flagged it. They were like, "Are you sure you want to put this up?" It looks like one that's being put up that's being reported. So I'm like, what? Every time you put something up against Trump or speak the truth about how racist and crazy Trump is, Facebook is always trying to block. And so it's just weird. Really, really weird. So anyway, I just want to show you guys that. Now back to Mayor. Mayor Adams is has partnered up. Look, this is from Michelle Obama. Thank you, Mayor Keisha Bottoms. This is such a critical step for making sure elections in Atlanta can run safely and securely. Mayors and local leaders have the power to step up and do this across the country, and I hope they do. So basically, she ordered Keisha Bottoms. She signed an executive order allowing city employees paid leave to volunteer as poll workers. So thank you, When We All Vote at Michelle Obama for hosting Fuel the Vote in Atlanta. We are inspired by the chance to strengthen our country and democracy. Our vote is our voice. Mayors, you got to do what you got to do because I'm telling you right now, they're not trying to let us have a fair election. The governor in Texas has now limited the election drop boxes to one per county. One per county. Why would you even do that? Like, they're so evil, guys. They are so evil. But thank you to Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms. It's like we can't say her name enough. She's always doing something so totally awesome. So what can you do? You know what I mean? You're just a person. What can you do? Well, one thing you can do is ask people have they registered to vote. Assist them with registering to vote. Make sure they make it to the poll. One thing I would like to see churches do, and I know you got protocol because you don't want people catching coronavirus, but this would be a good time to use church vans and church vehicles, and just make sure everybody has on a mask and gloves and no talking. And I don't know, get you a couple of UV lights and hang in there and spray, spray, spray. But at least try to talk people into going to vote. That's what you're going to have to do. And then also check around and see, you make sure your voting place is where it is and your voting ballot boxes are where they're supposed to be. Because you don't want to last minute find out things have changed. So make sure you plan to vote. If you can early vote, go on and early vote. So yeah, that's all I want to share with you on the Conscious Hour. Hopefully we haven't gone over an hour. I feel like my husband would knock on the door if we did. But he probably asleep. So yeah, just a reminder that Black is positive. You, uplift you, to make you more consciously aware, because that's my goal. You guys have a awesome, 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 awesome. Can I say it one more time? Awesome, awesome. You have an awesome, great night.